This week, we're less than 100 days from opening of APEC 2025 Korea. So to discuss which global figures may be attending and sensitive geopolitical developments unfolding behind the scenes, we're joined by our foreign affairs correspondent Oh Soo-young today. Welcome, Soo-young.
Hi, and it's great to be here.
So Soo-young, first a big headline. Is North Korean leader Kim Jong-un really being invited to APEC?
Well, at this stage, no, but later maybe. There's currently no formal effort to invite North Korea to APEC this year. The Unification Ministry told reporters Thursday that there are no ongoing discussions on inviting Chairman Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry put out a separate statement that North Korea is not an APEC member and is not eligible in principle to attend. But it said that the host country can invite non-member states for informal dialogue. The presidential office also clarified that North Korea was not among the formally invited countries and that an invitation would have to be considered by the foreign policy and unification circles. It seems, though, that the idea is very much being explored behind the scenes. National Intelligence Service Director Lee Jong-seok reportedly briefed the president before he took office that APEC could serve as a potential platform for dialogue between the two Koreas, the United States and China. Unification Minister Chung Dong-young has also expressed support for the idea. He said during his July 14th confirmation hearing that it would be a, quote, historic opportunity. On Friday, the day of his inauguration, the minister actually went to the joint inter-Korean border area of Panmunjom to examine the communication line between the two Koreas. And as minister under the Roh Moo-hyun administration in 2005, Chung had previously pushed to invite Kim Jong-il to the Busan APEC forum as an observer. Diplomatic insiders say, though, that the likelihood of Kim Jong-un attending this year's APEC remains extremely low.
There is no precedent that North Korean leader to participate this multilateral mechanism or multilateral dialogue, because North Korea, they do have a one-man rule, which we call that 수령 system. 수령 means that top leader. According to their concept, the 수령 is not supposed to with any other leaders, and 수령 should be a one top and not mingled with other common leaders.
In order to extend an invitation to the North, the inter-Korean liaison channels must be restored first. But that's not even the case. In my view, North Korea is still designated as a hostile state by two countries. So how could he suddenly attend under those circumstances? Also considering that the war in Ukraine is still going on, the possibility of a Trump-Kim summit being held at Panmunjom or anywhere else around that area is not very high either.
But never say never, because a lot could happen in 3 months.
So Soo-young, what about other big names, Presidents Trump and Xi? Are they expected to attend?
Well, according to diplomatic sources I've spoken to, as well as those cited in other media outlets, it seems that China has unofficially confirmed that President Xi Jinping will be attending the APEC forum in Korea. Now, this would mark his first trip to South Korea since 2014. With that, there's growing speculation in both Seoul and Washington that a Trump-Xi summit could be held on the sidelines in Gyeongju, which would mark their first in-person meeting since Trump's return to the White House.
It's not that easy to meet these two leaders before the APEC. So this could be a first time that meet these two great powers leader. And at the same time, this multilateral setting is getting important in this kind of very unpredictable world.
On the US side, Donald Trump has not officially confirmed he will attend, but Seoul officials are preparing for his attendance, it seems. And I'd imagine that the Lee administration sees both leaders attending as crucial to raising APEC's profile and possibly laying the groundwork for parallel discussions on Korean Peninsula issues, bilateral trade and security in the Indo-Pacific.
And that leads to the broader significance of this year's APEC for South Korea.
That's right, Unji. It is a very crucial moment for South Korea. It's deeply symbolic. It comes after the months-long political turbulence in South Korea surrounding now impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol's brief martial law declaration in December last year. Now, with this crisis behind us, hosting APEC gives the new government a rare chance to reset its image on the global stage. South Korea has positioned the APEC forum as a revival of K-democracy and its role in promoting multilateralism.
Over the years, Korea has built trust and meaningful contributions in the international community. Building on that, the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, which is returning to Korea after 20 years, will serve as a great opportunity for us to show that we will restore our K-democracy and that Korea is back on track after the political challenges we faced last year. The emblem and the smile of Sheila not only reflect our warmth and hospitality and openness, but also Korea's commitment in fulfilling our role as a responsible member of the international community.
So Soo-young, finally, walk us through what to expect at this year's APEC.
Under the theme of Building a Sustainable Tomorrow, leaders from 21 member economies will address emerging challenges for the region. Seoul is pushing to adopt related initiatives in the interest of future generations, from cooperation on artificial intelligence and addressing demographic changes as a key initiative among many other global issues. Now, highlighting the need to, quote, connect, innovate and prosper, Korea hopes to see many deliverables emerge, including a standalone document alongside the Gyeongju Declaration that will be adopted at the leaders' meeting in late October.
All right, thank you for that, Soo-young. Let's watch the development until October.
Sure, let's do that, Unju.